Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. People, do I look guilty? Do I have like guilty across my forehead? I can only tell my JBV community. That's Jules Blessed Vegan, in case you don't know. In which case, you'd be very new to this channel, and you are so welcome. All right, come here. Let me tell you. Okay, I'm super guilty. Because I had fruit as my dinner. I know, right? Because if you've been around the vegan community at all, you know you're not supposed to have fruit at night. That's just one more thing in the vegan community that freaks me out. Like, there's all these rules, and then I'm just like, okay, check it. Okay, so I had fruit for breakfast, yay God. Then for lunch, we were super late running for lunch. And my husband, of course, wanted to go out. So we ended up going out to this place. And, not long ago, I was eating, Boca Burger and fries because it's all vegan, right? Oh my gosh, man. It's so sad, so sad. And so when we went, that was sort of his expectation. And I was like, dude, I am on plan. I am totally on plan. And so they have a lovely salad, it's lettuce, but it's good lettuce, like mixed greens, right? And shredded carrot, cucumber, tomato. They even have red onion, which I forgo. I don't prefer it. And then croutons, which of course I didn't have. But anyway, I went ahead and bought 2 of those, and they're pretty good size. So I consumed that while my husband ate all the usual nonsense. And then at the end, of course, then he's like, well, I think I'm going to get dessert, but I don't want to get dessert if you're not going to get anything. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like push me one more time and I'm going to fold. Like, that's how it goes, We're our own worst enemies. And so he was like, well, will you get something? So I said, yes. Yes, I will get something. I'm at the 250 calorie mark, right? So I go up there and get him his dessert, and I get another salad. Not even kidding you, but not the full one. I just got like the side salad. Super funny. So I had already had a ton of salad, right? And the thing is, a bunch of vegans, in the community, are like, well, don't have any fruit, after 4 o'clock, or don't have fruit for dinner, make sure you consume it during the day and just have a salad, which is sort of laughable in that everything in a salad practically is fruit. Now, granted, it's not super, sweet fruit, but obviously anything with seeds is fruit. So the cucumber, the tomato, the bell pepper, even the avocado, like all those things are fruit, right? And then like really the only thing that wouldn't be would be the carrots, maybe celery, sometimes fresh, corn on there. There's a few things, but it all kind of falls under fruit. So anyway, when I got home, of course, I was still hungry, and I was going to make dinner, and I just couldn't do another salad. I could not do another. I already had more than 1.5 pounds of greens, right, and all the other. So I thought, I'm going to have fruit. I'm going to have fruit. Ooh, such a first-class crime, right? And it was just a bunch of lovely cut-up fruit. I had banana, peach, nectarine, mango, just fresh fruit all cut up. And I wanted that to be okay. And then I kind of panicked, like not panicked, but I was like, ooh, I better, hurry up and find out if this is acceptable or not. Hold on one second, my computer's tripping. Oh, okay, let me see if I can get rid of that. Hi, go away. Go away. Do you hate it when the computer just keeps, what is it called where it's searching? But it's not just called searching, it's called buffering, I guess, right? Anyway, luckily, God is good, and I still have the article. Okay, so I'm going to just do 2 quick articles in case you're one of those people who's concerned about fruit. And I may debate some of the facts on these if I don't agree with it, because I'm pretty informed regarding fruits. So this one is from healthline.com, and I always appreciate Healthline. They're science-based. They've got a lot of hyperlinks for additional information. Of course, I'll include it in the description of the video. The only bummer is they tend to test on animals, and often they don't need to. They should just go straight to the human, of which there would be many volunteers. So that's distressing, but let's see how it goes. So this is 5 myths about the best time to eat fruit and the truth. And I think this is so important. People, please don't ever be afraid of consuming fruit. So it reads, a lot of misinformation about nutrition circulates on the internet. One common topic is the best time to eat fruit. There are claims about when and how you should consume fruit, as well as who should avoid it altogether. So here are the top 5 myths. Myths number 1, always eat fruit on an empty stomach. This is one of the most prevalent myths regarding when to eat fruit. The myth claims that eating fruit with meals slows digestion and causes food to sit in your stomach and ferment or rot. It also claims that eating fruit with meals causes gas, discomfort, and a range of other unrelated symptoms. While the fiber in fruit can slow the release of food from your stomach, the rest of these claims are false. Fruit can cause your stomach to empty more slowly, but it does not cause food to sit in, to sit in your stomach indefinitely. One study found that participants who consumed gelled pectin, I don't think that's the word for gelled, is it? Gelled. Yeah, it's probably gelled with a G, right? Gelled peptin, a type of fiber in fruit, had a slower stomach emptying rate of around 82 minutes, compared with around 70 minutes in those who did not eat pectin. While this change in speed is notable, it's by no means slowing digestion down enough to cause food to spoil in the stomach. Additionally, slowing the emptying of your stomach is generally a good thing. It may help you feel full for longer. Still, even if fruit did cause food to sit in your stomach for a significantly longer time than usual, your stomach is specifically designed to prevent the growth of bacteria, which is what causes fermentation and rotting. When food reaches the stomach, it's mixed with stomach acid, and that's a hyperlink, which has a very low pH of about 1 or 2. Your stomach contents become so acidic that most microorganisms cannot grow. This part of digestion occurs partly to help kill bacteria in your food and prevent microbial growth. As for the rest of these claims, saying that eating fruit with meals is the cause of bloating, diarrhea, and discomfort is equally misleading. No evidence supports the idea that eating fruit on an empty stomach affects longevity, fatigue, or dark circles under the eyes. Now, this is scientific versus word of mouth on the internet. Number 2, eating fruit before or after a meal reduces its nutrient value. This myth seems to be an extension of myth number 1. It claims that you need to eat fruit on an empty stomach to gain all of its nutritional benefits. According to this myth, if you eat fruit right before or after a meal, the nutrients will somehow be lost. However, this is not true. The human body has evolved to be as efficient as possible when it comes to extracting nutrients from food. When you eat a meal, your stomach acts as a reservoir, releasing only small amounts at a time so that your intestines can easily digest it. Also, the small intestine is designed to absorb as many nutrients as possible. It's up to 20 feet in length, 6 meters, with over 320 square feet, 30 square feet of absorptive area. This huge absorptive area means that getting the nutrients from fruit and the rest of your meal is easy work for your digestive system, regardless of whether you eat fruit on an empty stomach or with a meal. And as always, this article has summaries. For those of you who don't want to read the whole thing, I'm skipping the summaries because I have a second article I want to share as well. I hope this is helpful to you. It is helpful for me. And again, I just tend to be an extremist. I get paralyzed with rules and I better not and running it all through. And I need to make sure that I'm investigating for myself as well. If you have diabetes, you should eat 1 to 2 hours before or after meals. This is another thing people say. The idea is that people with diabetes often have digestive problems, and eating fruit separately from meals somehow improves digestion. However, no scientific evidence suggests that eating fruits on its own improves digestion. The only difference it might make is that the carbs and sugar contained in fruit may enter the bloodstream faster, which is exactly what people with diabetes look to avoid. They don't want that to happen. Rather than eating fruit separately, try pairing it with a meal or a snack. Eating fruit alongside a food high in fiber and high in protein, fiber, or fat can cause your stomach to release food into the small intestine more slowly. The benefit of this for someone with diabetes is that a smaller amount of sugar is absorbed at a time, which may lead to a smaller rise in blood sugar levels overall. For example, studies have shown that just 7.5 grams of soluble fiber, which is found in fruit, can decrease the rise in blood sugar after a meal by 25%. Let's read that again. Studies have shown that just 7.5 grams of soluble fiber, which is found in fruit, can decrease the rise in blood sugar after a meal by 25%. The type of fruit you eat is also important. For people with diabetes, look for fruits with a low glycemic index, which will raise your blood sugar more slowly. These include most fruits besides melons, pineapple, or dried fruit. So almost all other fruit is okay. Still, some people with diabetes indeed develop digestive problems. The most common issue is called gastroparesis. It happens when the stomach empties slower than normal or not at all. Although some dietary changes can help with gastroparesis, I'm sorry if I'm missaying that, eating fruit on an empty stomach is not one of them. So there are a lot of myths out there. And remember that the fructose in fruit is not detrimental in any way to diabetics. So many of the issues that they're talking about is because of other foods that are consumed. It's not the fruit. Myth number 4, the best day to eat fruit is in the morning. Myth number 4. There's no logic behind this idea, and there's also no evidence to support it. Some online sources claim that eating a food that's high in sugar, such as fruit, raises your blood sugar levels and wakes up your digestive system. In fact, any carb-containing food will temporarily increase your blood sugar while glucose is being absorbed, regardless of the time of day. However, apart from providing your body with energy and other nutrients, this has no special benefit. There is no need to wake up your digestive system, as it is always prepared to jump into action the moment that food touches your tongue, no matter what time it is. And while eating a meal high in carbs might temporarily cause your body to use carbs as fuel, it doesn't change the overall rate of your metabolism. The truth is that fruit is healthy any time of the day. I love that. Number 5, this is like the big one, okay? From everything, and I know raw till 4, right? And obviously that's suggesting consume all that fruit up till 4 and then eat, whatever that dinner is. And certainly, even with like the raw reset from Tanny Raw, it was highly encouraged that all fruit be consumed before dinner, right? It's kind of a big deal. A lot of people talk about it. So this one is even earlier. I mean, I'm aware of 4, but this one says myth number 5, you shouldn't eat fruit after 2 p.m. Let me know in the comments below if you've heard any of these myths, especially the idea of not consuming fruit in the evening. So myth number 5 reads, well, it's similar to myth number 4, claiming that you should avoid fruit after 2 p.m. It seems that this rule originated as part of the 17-day diet. It's a hyperlink. Are you guys familiar? The idea is that eating fruit or any carbs after 2 p.m. raises your blood sugar, which your body does not have time to stabilize before bed, leading to weight gain. So no. However, there's no reason to believe that fruit will cause high blood sugar in the afternoon. Any carb-containing food will raise your blood sugar as the glucose is being absorbed. Still, there's no evidence that your blood sugar will be raised more after 2 p.m. than at any other time of the day. And again, these are all hyperlinks. You can go back into the article. And while your carb tolerance may fluctuate throughout the day, these changes are minor and do not change your overall metabolic rate. There's also no evidence that eating fruit in the afternoon will cause weight gain. Your body does not simply switch from burning calories to storing them as fat when you go to sleep. Your metabolic rate does tend to decrease as you fall asleep, but you still burn plenty of calories to keep your body running, which is super interesting because I wear my watch, which I wish I had taken off at the beginning of this video because I like to quickly charge it. Because my watch will actually say how many calories I burned in my sleep doing nothing, right? And it's usually like 300 and something, but it's very cool. Your body does not simply switch from burning calories to storing them as fat when you go to sleep. Your metabolic rate does tend to decrease as you fall asleep, but you still burn plenty of calories to keep your body running. Sorry, I repeated that. It's all right. Many factors determine whether calories are burned for energy or stored as fat, but avoiding fruit after a certain time of day isn't one of them. There's no evidence that avoiding fruit in the afternoon leads to weight gain either. In fact, if you're looking to lose or maintain your weight, research indicates that people who eat lots of fruit and vegetables throughout the day tend to weigh less and are less likely to gain weight. Yes, please. For example, one review of 17 studies found the people who had the highest intakes of fruit had up to a 17% decrease in the risk of obesity. Eating plenty of fruits and vegetables is a great way to get the nutrients you need. Furthermore, if you're avoiding fruit in the afternoon and before bed, you're eliminating a healthy whole food option for snack or dessert. All right, so is there a best time to eat fruit? I'm so glad you asked. Any time of the day is a great time to eat fruit. Woo woo! There's no evidence that you should avoid fruit in the afternoon or around meals. Fruits are healthy, nutritious foods that can be eaten throughout the day. That said, there are a few instances when the timing of your fruit intake might make a difference. Okay, here we go. If you want to lose weight, due to the fiber in fruit, eating it may help you feel full for longer. This could cause you to eat fewer calories and may lead to weight loss. Eating fruit with or right before a meal may increase this effect. It could cause you to eat less of the other higher calorie foods on your plate. Yeah, super interesting. So again, that wasn't a negative. They wrote it in the negative to trick us. Hold on one second. I need this to close so bad. 1 second. Somehow my tripod is right in front of all this, Okay, so it's actually a positive thing. Have a piece of fruit. And I think J.D. Raw, if you're familiar, and you can look her up, I think J.D. Raw says that she has a piece of fruit like a half hour before her meal, and it may be for that very reason. J.D. Raw, if you're on here, let me know if I'm wrong. Okay, another reason, if you have type 2 diabetes, eating fruit with other food can make a difference for people with diabetes. Pairing fruit with other food or a meal that's high in protein, fat, or fiber may cause the sugar from the fruit to enter the small intestine more slowly. This could result in a smaller rise in blood sugar compared with eating fruit alone. And they already suggested that, right? They were like, it could be best for you. You don't want it to enter too quickly. Okay, if you have gestational diabetes, gestational. If you have gestational diabetes, and of course it's a hyperlink. Gestational diabetes is when a person develops diabetes during pregnancy. For these people, the change in hormones during pregnancy causes a carb intolerance. Similarly to those with type 2 diabetes, eating fruit with a meal is probably a good choice. However, if you have trouble managing your blood sugar, it may help to avoid eating large amounts of fruit and other carbs in the morning. Research has suggested that those with gestational diabetes may experience a higher increase in blood sugar after breakfast compared with later in the day. However, more studies are needed on this topic. Bottom line, for a bottom line kind of girl, that would be me. Fruit is rich in nutrients and an important part of a healthy diet. Myths claiming that there's a best or worst time to eat fruit are unfounded and untrue, and they only spread confusion and misinformation. Regardless of the time of day, eating fruit is a delicious and healthy way to get plenty of nutrients into your body. I love that. I love that. I already have a beautiful smoothie made for tomorrow. I'm having, and it has a lot of wonderful things in it. I put bananas, blueberries, strawberries, pineapple. Yeah, just fun, you know. And then I'm having oranges for breakfast. Can't wait. I'm gonna have some pink grapefruit as a snack at the end of the day. And then tomorrow night I am gonna have a lovely salad, which will be great and largely composed of non-sweet vegetables that are fruit. And some healthy fat. I think I'm gonna do walnuts tomorrow night on that. All right, friends, I'm going to skip that other one. This one's too long already. I will talk about the other one because it is interesting on when best to consume fruit. But I thought this one was excellent. Again, I will include it in the description of the video. As always, like if you like, join us if you haven't, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you. And until we talk again, best of all, know that you can eat fruit any time of the day and you will benefit. And therefore, we are blessed.